Got as much meat as about a raisin, just face it. While I'm steady on the track, you with your bags at the station. What I'm rated, S-class minimum. You said.
Welcome to 3 Count Commentaries. I did an entire hour-long review of Raw where I touched on Seth Rollins being attacked by the fan. What I did not see before doing that review was Chavo Guerrero's tweet about this incident, where Chavo Guerrero tweeted out, "Remember when the wrestlers were tougher than the fans? Ah, the good old days." It had 582 likes at the time of the screen capture, 450 quote tweets, 88 retweets. Fake tough guy Hannibal from the Hannibal TV also claimed that Seth Rollins was manhandled by this fan. Of course, neither of these situations is true. Seth Rollins was essentially okay until the referee thought that he had the guy, and then Seth let him go. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just go through and watch people talk about Chavo Guerrero. I don't care what people think about Hannibal, and it doesn't really matter. Plus, a lot of people that follow Hannibal are Hannibal fans, so they tend to agree with him. But let's just go to the peanut gallery and look at what some people are saying about our pal Chavo and what he thinks and what they think about him. Personally, before we get into that, though, I gotta put my 2 cents in. There was a time where if you were attacked, the Bill Watts days, if you were attacked by a fan and the fan perceived to have gotten the better of you, you probably wouldn't have gotten fired. In this situation, Seth was okay. The guy tackled him. He didn't see him. I could tackle Mike Tyson and him not see me. But the moment he gets his bearings, I'm pretty going to get fucked up. Mike Tyson is a boxer too. But the fact is, he lands one punch, I'm finished. I could tackle the UFC heavyweight champion, and take him by surprise. But the moment he gets his bearings and now he knows what's going on, I'm in trouble. That's kind of what happened here. And not saying that Seth Rollins is a UFC champion, but he's a guy who knows how to defend himself. So if I come out of nowhere and tackle him, which is what this guy did, it's going to take him a second to realize what the hell I've been attacked. Now, he did see the guy coming a little bit from certain angles. It looked like he got completely blindsided. From other angles, it looked like he had a moment or two to prepare for the guy running into him. In any event, he was not prepared for this. In most fights, you see the fight coming. In this situation, you didn't see the fight coming. So, however it went, whether you think Seth Rollins got beat up or not, you just have to understand he was not expecting to be in a fight with a random fan, with the girth of that fan either. So let's get into this whole ordeal. Let's see. Chavo all tough when he had Doug Dillinger watching his back from being attacked by Wildcat Willie or a family on vacation at Disney. Look at all these soft-ass E-drones in the quote tweets. I stand with Chavo. I hate this pussified social media shit. I hate the pussified social media shit too, but I hate lies also. And it didn't seem like Seth Rollins got beat up to me. It seemed like he got surprised. He was shocked for a moment, and that was it. Once he got the guy in the guillotine choke, the guy was pretty much going to end up passing out or end up getting choked out. And then the referee was there trying to pull the guy off, and Seth kind of let go of the hold a little bit. And the guy, from certain angles, certain fan angles, it looked like Seth had gotten manhandled. So I can see why you would say that. But longer fan videos have come out since then that really should make these guys delete these tweets, but of course they're not going to, because it's all about attention at this point. But you can see that the guy came from the side, and Rollins wasn't completely up the ramp, but he was, enough into the ramp where he couldn't see this guy coming until the very last second. Let's see. Anyone who was doubting Chavo Guerrero, as many of us said, if the refs hadn't interfered and Seth didn't let go of this grip, dude was going to be out. MVP also said that Rollins had this guy pretty good. And most of the time when you do end up in a bad situation in a fight, it is because somebody else is like, I got him, and then you start trying to let him go. Which is seeing what happened here is the referee was probably like, I got him, and then Rollins let it go. And then the guy started kind of stepping on him. It was a weird situation. Imagine Chavo Guerrero kicking anyone's ass. I don't know. I can. I don't know. It's possible. Chavo has a lot of nerve talking about toughness when he didn't have the balls to say no to a stereotypical racist ass gimmick that purposefully erased his heritage. You the biggest bitch in the room. Oh, we're talking about what was that gimmick? Oh fuck. Kerwin White. Kerwin White, wasn't that it? The Kerwin White character. Hilarious, sir. Oh, that's a good one. I'll take tone deaf response to something I didn't see actually happen for 200, Alex. Seth was assaulted out of nowhere by a fan. He handled this situation with utmost professionalism. Chavo out here shoving his foot in his mouth while his head is up his ass. Oh, that's a human pretzel. As the recording of this video, Chavo's tweet now has 1,396 likes. Let's see. Let's look at Chavo. Remember Eddie Guerrero writing in his book that Chavo didn't understand wrestling and had a big ego about being a tough guy. I remember. It was from his WCW days when Chavo had the horse prop and when they were doing a story where Eddie was bullying him. He was furious about doing anything that made him look weak because he was a tough guy and a shooter. Eddie tried to explain to him that it was showbiz. Oh, that's kind of tough. I don't know. Let's see. People are posting the what's the name? Remember how Eddie loved Ray more than you, blood? The good old. I don't know if that's true or not, but it sounds harsh. I don't know how true that is, but it's harsh. That's a harsh one. Yeah, they bringing Eddie into it. They kind of wild. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of Eddie stuff. Maybe we ought to go back somewhere else. It's just it's getting kind of wild in here. See, sometimes you forget that even in situations like that, you got to act professional and keep your cool. If Seth were to assault him back, it would make matters worse, despite the other guy making a fool of himself first. And somebody said it would result in a lawsuit because the guy could claim security had it under control and Seth threw in some cheap shots. Seth was really mad, but he kept his composure like a professional. I don't know about the lawsuit thing. The guy jumped the barricade. I've seen wrestlers beat the shit out of fans for jumping the barricade. Usually, it's well deserved. In this situation, it was well deserved. Seth should have beat the shit out that guy, or at least hit him in the chin or something like that. Also, remember when Rollins had more charisma in his pinky finger than you had in your entire body. Then somebody responded, wearing funny colored suits doesn't make you charismatic. And then somebody said this ratio does. And he got ratioed by 5. This was a weird take. It says, somebody showed a picture of La Parka when he got sucker punched by a fan and La Parka punched that fan back. That was great. It's this is silly. Let's see. Somebody says 1, he was in character when the clown tackled him. 2, Seth immediately locks him in a guillotine choke. 3, the ref asked Seth to release him. 4, he let him go, but the clown grabbed his hair like a bitch. 5, he gets back up in character as Seth freaking Rollins. Well, most of this is true. You could tell that the referee did do something, and that Rollins kind of let him up as the ref getting involved. He seemed to have pretty good control of the guy while he was by himself, but then the referee showed up and things kind of got a little bit weird. I don't know about him being in character. I don't think his character had anything to do with that, but this is it's pretty common sense stuff. Remember the part where Rollins had complete control of the situation and reserved himself from acting out in anger? What a shitty take this is. Don't be a Chavo, be a Seth. I don't know. I think you should be both. I think he should have beat the guy's ass. But I mean, it's a situation where you got tackled, so he did the best that he could in the tackling situation. I mean, if it was a stand-up fight and he got taken down, that was different. But the guy ran right into him and tackled him. Not much you can do in that situation outside of groundwork. So from that perspective, Seth didn't do too bad. It's not like he ran into the fan and the fan threw a punch and busted his lip or something like that. So this is weird. At what point was a fan tougher than a wrestler? Come on, Chavo. Chavo has always been mid as fuck. What a dumbass tweet. Fuck Chavo. Somebody said, like Chavo wouldn't get his ass kicked if he was blindsided by someone that wasn't supposed to be there. Yeah, I don't know. It was, yeah, he did do a good job of not stomping or kicking the guy after the fact. I think that it would have been interesting had he done that. I've never been a fan of that. Not to say the guys don't deserve it, but don't wait for him to get tied up by 5 or 6 guys and then throw a punch or something. It says, imagine dude stabbed Seth and this sudden attack. Chavo would have been like, should have been tougher back in my day when men were men. He says, somebody said, while I don't condone fans attacking the talent, Chavo was right. It was a different mindset back then. Yes, it was. Back in the day, fans used to attack wrestlers all the time until they were more prepared for it. In today's wrestling landscape, it doesn't happen that often, so people are always taken off guard by it. In the back in the day, I think you've probably seen Jim Cornette talk about this. You get these fans, they get really drunk and rowdy, and there's nothing really stopping them from attacking you. There's no huge barricades or anything like that. It's probably like a rope, like a clothesline that's around the ring that tells fans don't cross this line. And they would do so anyway, of course, from time to time. But it happened more often. But today, it doesn't really happen that often anymore. Most people know it's a show, which is why I said in my review, and I'll say it again here, I think the fan was probably mentally handicapped. In fact, we know a little bit more about the fan now. We know what his name is. I think his name is Alicia or Elisha Spencer. And they haven't said like what his motive was or anything yet. But my guessing is that he's probably some mentally handicapped guy. That's my guess. Let's see. Sorry, Chavo. This is a bad take because A, Seth didn't escalate the situation any further than a headlock. Then the guy was a total pro. And B, the guy blindsided Seth, was caught him off guard. Guy was pretty big too, which made it all more worse. He was a big, stocky dude. He was kind of short though. So he's kind of short and fat. So this is a very interesting situation where, if the guy was probably weighed more than Seth, if we're being honest. So the fact that he was able to get him around the head and kind of lock in was not too bad. Man, who has ever gave a damn about what the Chavo Guerrero's opinion on anything? Oof. Chavo talking like he has lawsuit money when he was getting paid off being related to Eddie and nothing more. Ooh, yikes. Well, Chavo, Seth was professional right there. You won't get my point because you never had a big career as Seth. If Seth reacted to his actions to have had faced a ton of backlash from fans and backstage, I don't know if he would have faced. I don't think anybody would have cared if Seth would have kicked the dude in the chin or anything like that. Somebody said, I have to side with Chavo on this one. I don't know how you get Goldberged by a dude that took one look at the stairs he had to walk up and asked if the police if he was going to need an electric chair for this because he's going to need to sit. The guy ran into him pretty full speed. And part of that is also going to be he was going down anyway. It's not like he saw the guy coming. He didn't see the guy coming. I don't think anybody would have been paying attention to that guy. Why would you be expecting this? Again, I could tackle Mike Tyson if he doesn't know I'm going to be there. It doesn't make, but it's all going to be about what happens after the fact. That's when the real shit begins. Fights aren't won because I tackled you and you didn't know I was going to tackle you. That seems to be it. Chavo just being a boomer back in the days when they were molesting stewardesses and stabbing each other in the bathrooms. Ooh, that was just the 80s, bruh. That was the 80s. That was the 80s when guys got stabbed in bathrooms. They said, who cares? Rollins isn't there to have MMA fights. The fan is an idiot, and Chavo is also for that tweet. That's true, too. Now that we know that wrestling is mostly a performance, it's not really a business full of tough guys anymore. I always give WWE guys credit for, Rollins especially in this situation, for his professionalism of going back into character almost immediately after the whole situation. He was back in character. He didn't get too frustrated and storm off or anything like that. It's hard to, like I said, these guys have probably been trained for this now at this point because it happens so often. But, yeah, I don't expect these guys to be shooters anymore because they don't have to be. You know, the days of you had to be a shooter in order to get into business is gone. So, it says, somebody says, shut the fuck up, Chavo. We live in a pussified world where you can be sued for anything. What a shitty take. I still don't know that Rollins could have been sued, but it is New York, so there's no telling, you know, as far as self-defense and all that kind of stuff. Who knows? You know, it's New York. See, Chavo was an idiot for tweeting this out, but the people bringing up Eddie Guerrero are just wrong. Do not bring Eddie into this. It has nothing to do with Chavo. Just Chavo wanted to relive his glory days by playing the tough guy. We all know he's not. Leave Eddie out of this. That would be nice if we left Eddie out of this, but, you know, Chavo has, his name is Guerrero. What more can you do? As somebody said, this is tacky. Instead of being concerned about the safety of a professional wrestler, Chavo wants to be edgy and talk about the good old days. You know, a lot of people want to do that too. They still have this territorial mindset about wrestling. Like, man, this shit is show business. It's like you going out there and tackling Sylvester Stallone and then being surprised he's not really Rocky Balboa. It's like, are you sure? It does, yeah. It's nonsense. You see, Chavo is relevant enough for a fan to jump the barricade and attack his steroid ass. I don't know. Someone should tell this dumbass to shut the fuck up, not the Thee, fuck up, before Seth Rollins put his weak ass in the guillotine and choke him out too. Imagine Chavo trying to be tough. Pretty sure that fun would have whipped Kerwin White's ass. He misspelled fan. Delete this, Chavo. It ain't the 70s. That dude was a maniac, not a fan. Chavo was world champion. He was the ECW world champion. I should have read that, but I just reacted to it instead of reading it. All right, so we're gonna wrap this up. There's a lot of disappointing, hilarious takes from this whole thing, but we all know it was a cheap shot, and of course, the cheap shots are going to get more of a benefit than it should, because you don't see it coming. Anybody can tackle anybody if they don't see it coming, man. It's all about after the fact. Rollins seemed to be all right. I think the most he got out of it was a bloody lip. Maybe that might have been from the tackle. He seemed to be okay in this situation. He hasn't put out a statement, so we don't know what's going on yet. But I need to go to bed. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later.